Hey guys, Bolt here with SB Studios. I'm ordering food as I'm speaking, so I need to also make this quick because I also am going to be on a game with friends here in a little bit. I made this over the weekend when I had to take off that one day, Saturday. So yeah, I gotta make this quick because I have to try to also go watch where I was with the reimagining of the miraculous seasons, because it's my story that I'm growing as the seasons go. So this is after the fact, of course, that you guys saw it Wednesday. But anyways, so Nancy Drew and the Haunted Carousel. I think overall is my third favorite game because it goes the Shadow Ranch that we have yet to play, which I think is not next game, but it's the 10th. This is the 8th. So we are going to go do the Deception Island, which is the killer whale one, and then it's my favorite one. I think it was one of the originals we played. I think it was like the Treasure in the Castle or something like that. That's the one that I prefer. But anyways, getting to the story, basically you're called to help figure out a mystery that's going on. Basically, someone goes around stealing a carousel horse, and now it's thinking that it's a karma slash bad luck juju kind of thing. And basically, there is a accident on the roller coaster. There is a bunch of people that are avoiding it, and they're trying to reconstruct it. They're trying to fix a lot of things behind the scenes as it's shut down. So basically, you as Nancy go around, fix some arcade games, fix some parts of the horror ride and all that. Hold on. Trying to think. I'm sorry, dead brained. So you're doing all this little fixing. You're talking to the people. There's an artist who's very locked up and doesn't really care. He's got his own little projects, but he's behind on a lot of things. So he does. Well, his name's Elliot, but he doesn't have he's got a lot to do, but is so far behind on it. Then there is Ingrid, who's like the the maintenance person. She's in cahoots with the person who got in that accident with the roller coaster. Then let's see here. There's Paula, who's the owner that called you to the scene. There's Joy, who's the daughter of one of the original co-owners, but that her father died with so much debt, and he also kept taking risk, and basically it wasn't a lot for him to really leave her. And so Paula hires Joy as hey, he may have not been the greatest business partner, but he was yet my business partner. So there's that. There's the Hardy Boys. There's the Bess and George and Bess. Also, Hardy Boys has some stuff more because they're other detectives, but yet they don't have a lot of good advice. George and Bess kind of sound like they're like the professional of every single thing they touch. Anyways, so basically there's no one else, but basically you're going around, you find a few clues, you learn that Ingrid is in talks with the person who got in that accident, and basically it's I'm trying to remember what it is, but she didn't help him stage the accident, but she gave him some advice that ended up giving him a good paycheck, so he gave her a little cut. And then you have Elliot, who's he only shows interest in like things to avoid work. And then Joy kind of is a snippy person until you start talking to the father story. Which basically that's how we'll end this. Is basically her father is the big point of this. Is that she left her a machine known as Miles, that magnificent machine, which is basically like it has a bunch of riddles and it's got like an AI, but its main purpose is to eventually get her onto a mystery path to learn what the father left her and kind of give her some memories, which it turns out that her mother died when she was very young, and to cover up that trauma, she forgets all the good that her father and mother were doing. She gains a hatred for the amusement park when that's usually where she had a lot of fun, but because of that's like one of the last few memories she had with her mom, she covers up her fondness of the park. And little by little, she kind of gets told, hey, you used to like this, you used to do this as a little girl, you used to love this song, you used to ride the carousel. And then it ends up saying that the father had taken away the favorite horse that she used to ride. She used to ride the favorite horse of the carousel, which it's told that he basically took it off so she could have it later on as like a little keepsake. Like, hey, this was a horse that you loved, so I wanted to give you some kind of memory. And you're on the hunt for it, and then you end up running into a smuggle operation, and you learn what this is. Basically, there's a guy called Kessler who made a bunch of not a bunch, like a few dozen horses, and they are very expensive, and there's the one that did go missing, which was the lead horse. Kessler's only made one for every carousel that he touched, but the one that he touched on this park was the lead horse, which is the most expensive, like the most one that gives you the biggest bucks. So whoever stole the horse knew the value of Kessler's horses, but then learned that it was a lead horse, which gives it more value. So basically, whoever got this is gonna go on the black market, make a huge scheme on the whole. It's a font. It's got all this background, and then giving it bad juju makes it a lot more popular and a lot more. Hey, I want to buy that. So eventually, she comes across a workshop of Kessler's, which actually has the stolen horse, but it's getting there's a lot of copies getting made of it. And you go into the back you are able to find the horse. Wait, no, okay, no. You go into the haunted house. You solve the final riddle Miles gives you. You go in, you find the horse, and it has a letter to Joy, which is basically, this is the horse I left for you. Here's a picture of your mother as well, because Joy, I think she burnt or did something to all the pictures with her mom, so she has no more pictures of her mom. So her father saved her one last picture of her mom, and then gave her the letter of, hey, you had a good childhood, it's just the trauma of your mom, blah, blah, blah. And then going into the workshop of Kessler, you would go in and find all the horses and all that. And you go to leave, but it's Elliot who basically him being gone for so long and not doing his work is him replicating the horses. He's spending more time making more horses than on the actual park, which, the more time he spends on a job, the more time he gets a chance at the horses. And basically, he's about to snatch you. the Nancy's like, oh, by the way, the horse that was left for Joy had a bunch of jewelry from a heist. Here you go, and you get away. You use up one of the riddle that Miles gave you. You get to knock Elliot into a trapdoor, and he gets locked up. But it's a very short story if you look at it in a very small narrative. But it's like I had to go here and I got to go there. It was a lot of task doing, but I loved it nonetheless because it was such a fun experience. But anyways, we're done with this mystery. I will see you guys next week for the Deception Island. So bye bye.